Good morning, dear students. How are you today? I hope you're fine. Today we're going to have a revision on quarter 3 and 4. Okay, this revision will be on the semester 2. First of all, we are going to have the angle relationship. Remember the angle relationship? I have here complementary angles are two angles that their sum are, do you remember, 90 degrees. When I say here complementary angles, then I know that the sum of the two angles are 90 degrees. So it's given here a right angle. Here their sum are 90 degrees. X plus 25 equal 90 degrees. So x equals 90 minus 25. So the answer is 65 degrees. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are two angles that their sum are 180 degrees. Here I have a straight angle, and the supplementary angles here their sum 180 degrees. So y plus 110 gives you 180. So here y equals 180 minus the 110. So the answer is 70 degrees. Intersected lines produces what? Two equal vertically angles. When I have two intersecting lines, so it produces here two vertical angles. The two vertical angles are equal in measure. So I have here angle Z equals 40 here as its VOA, the vertical opposite angle. Remember? Okay, this was for on quarter 3. I have here A, here this is the supplementary angle, A plus B equals 180 degrees. I have here, I wanted to show you this vertical angles. I have here, these are the vertical angles, opposite angles are congruent. Parallel lines, I have here parallel lines produces, remember that parallel lines produces what? Alternate angles, alternate angle in the shape of Z. These two angles are alternate angles and they are equal angles. I have here, what's here, Jeanette? I have here interior angles. The interior angles, Jeanette, the sum of them equals to 180. Julie, I have here corresponding angles. Corresponding angles means here I have the sum of, yes, the two corresponding angles here are equal in measure, The interior angle, the sum of them 180, but the corresponding angles are what, Farah? Equal in measure. I have here alternate exterior angle, as you see here the alternate exterior angle, and I have here opposite of outside corners are congruent. Congruent means what? Do you remember? Congruent means equal. Okay, alternate interior angles, opposite sides, inside corners are congruent. Okay, I have here congruent figures. Congruent figures must have congruent corresponding sides and congruent corresponding angles. Do you remember congruent here? Congruent. And should be naming the figures in order. This is important, to name the figure in order of corresponding sides and angles. Decide whether the triangles are congruent or not. Justify your answer. Okay, give reason. So I have here two figures here. These angles are congruent or not. These two triangles are congruent or not. They are not congruent. Okay, because this triangle it's not equal to this triangle. I have here two congruent triangles. This triangle is congruent to this triangle. All sides are equal to the corresponding sides. All angles are equal to the corresponding angles. Important here, if the polygon MNOP this is the sign of congruency, is congruent to Marwan, polygon TSVU, then remember that the sum, okay, remember that the side here I said MNOP TSVU. Here concentrate on what? On the order of the letters. Concentrate on the order of the letters. So when I say side MN Ahmed, so here Muhammad Rifat MN, so polygon here TS is congruent to MN. When I say here NO, so here SV, the corresponding size. If I say NP line segment, so here TU. If I say the angle of N, so it's equal to the angle of the corresponding here S. The angle of P, it's equal to Muhammad Haytham, the angle of U. Okay, remember that interior and exterior angles of a polygon, if the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon 360, the sum of the interior angles of any polygon, this is the rule, n minus 2 Jannat times 180. Choose here, okay, the same here. Okay, writing expression, this will be included in the exam. Writing expressions, and also what we have covered, the relationship here between the parallel angles. So here I have write an expression to match each phrase. 4 times the number. 4 times the number means 4n. The number here is indicated by n, or I can say any letter if it's not here. It's not here mentioned, so I can say 4 times n, the letter n, decreased by 6. Okay, so we have here 4 times n means 4n minus 6. Decreased here, it's here. What's the meaning of decreased here? Minus. Yasin Amr, this is called minus. The product of 2 and the number. 2 and the number, 2 times the number, 2n. Okay, it's here 2 times n. The times here, or the multiply sign, it's invisible. Okay, all divided by 5. I can write the divided by the divided sign or the fraction sign. Both are right. 7 less than a number. We have 7 less than this number. 7 Ali less than this number. So it's n minus 7. The quotient of 4 and E. This is what's the meaning of this? I have the quotient Farah 4 divided E. Quotient means here the divided. So 4 divided E. What's the meaning of the quotient? Do you know the quotient? It's the answer in the division process. So 6 times, okay, 6 times what, Yusuf? The sum of 9 Adam and the number. So 6, we will write 6 times. I can write times, or I can just make a bracket. 6 times the sum of what? Sum of 9 and the number. So 9 plus a number. So here 6 times the sum of 9 and the number, and here plus sum plus. Evaluate expressions. Do you remember evaluate expressions? Okay, when I say Jannat, evaluate expressions, I remember what? Do you remember? I remember PEMDAS. Write down this now. PEMDAS, it's the parentheses. Do you remember? These are the abbreviations of parentheses. Then comes the exponent. PEM, multiplication. D for division. A for addition. S for subtraction. PEMDAS. Okay, study this well. When I say PEMDAS, so I'm having what? I'm having steps. You have asked me before on the in the class on quarter 2, how can I solve the question? Ali, you have asked this question. How can I solve the evaluate the expressions? By steps. So you have steps, Ali. PEMDAS, don't forget. PEMDAS means what? Parentheses here. Parentheses, the practice here. I have y plus 6 and substitute here. Okay, substitute for y. I put instead here what here? -3. Batul, when I say y, I can put instead of y what? Batul, -3. So you have to substitute or put instead y -3. 2 open bracket, put -3 plus 6 close the bracket all over 3. Okay, then Maram, what should I do now? I said parentheses. Parentheses means brackets. I have here -3 plus 6. Sama, -3 plus 6. What should you do? 6 minus 3 equals 3. Okay, PEM dash exponent. We don't have here, Marwan, any powers. Any exponents means power. Okay, I said PEM multiplication. Yes, I have multiply here. 2 times what? 2 times here 3. 2 times 3 here, because here 6 plus negative 3 or 6 minus 3 gives me 3. 2 times 3 equals what? 6. 6 divided 3 equals 2. So this is my answer, Yusuf Yusri. Yusuf Islam. Here I have negative 2. Okay, bracket y squared, or y to the power 2. So how can I solve it? I said PEM dash. PEM dash, solve what? Solve the in bracket. Okay, first, before this, Jannat, what is the most important step? Jannat, steps means Jannat here. So Jannat will tell us, don't forget to substitute negative 3 Julie instead of y. So Farah, we are putting here negative 3 instead of what, Habibti? Instead of y. So negative 3 power 2. Okay, when I say PEM dash, so parenthesis then exponent. So here, Abdurrahman, when I say negative 3 power 2, it's what? Negative 3 times negative 3. This is the meaning of exponent of the power 2. Negative 3 times negative 3 equals what? Equals 9. 9 times negative 2, it gives me negative 18. Okay, don't forget, when we multiply negative times negatives gives you what, Adam? Gives me positive. Negative times positive gives me negative. Positive times positive, of course, Yasin Amr, gives me positive. Here I have y, open bracket, 11 minus 2. How can I solve it? It's okay, parenthesis first, so you were going to solve the in between. Jannat will tell us, don't forget to put outside here instead of y, what, Jannat? Negative 3. So negative 3, open bracket, Ali, 11 minus 2. 11 minus 2, you're going to solve 11 minus 2, the brackets, Julie, first, equals 7. 7 times what? 7 times negative 3 will give you, 11 minus 2, 9. 9 times negative 3 will give you negative 27. Okay, this is what? This is to evaluate expressions. Don't forget, write it down, PEM dash, parenthesis, you have exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, write it down and to study this well. Here, determine the value of the variable in each equation. It's very easy, don't panic. I have here a plus 5 equal 9. I want to know the value of a. So I'm going to do what? Here I have I want to isolate a. What's meaning of isolate? This means that to put a alone. How? I can get rid of the positive 5 by adding here negative 5, and I can add here negative 5. So by adding here negative 5, so a plus 5 minus 5, it's a, equals 9 minus 5 equals 4. Or I can do it by another method. I can put here positive 5 goes to the other side. We change the sign when I change here the place from this side to the other side. I change the sign from positive to negative. So a equals 9 minus 5, it's equal 4. 15 minus c equals 12. Here, what should I do? I here want to isolate c. So c here with negative, and I want Abdurrahman c to be with positive. So change the place of what, Abdurrahman, of c. Let negative c goes to the other side, it will be just c. Okay, and here I have what? The 12 will go to the other side. So here 15 minus 12, and we have c alone. 15 minus 12 equal 3. Okay, now we are getting the value of the variable in each equation. Probability scale. We had the probability. Do you remember the probability? The chance of an event happening can be shown on a probability scale. The sun, for example, the sun won't rise tomorrow. This is impossible. 0. Fact. 0. 0. A day of the week starting with a T. Okay, a T, it's unlikely, less likely. We have Thursday and Tuesday. Okay, that next baby born being a girl. It's an even chance, maybe it's a girl or maybe it's a boy. It's an even chance. Okay, two chances here. I have this is half and half, half and half, even chance, half and half, even chance. It can't be a ghost. It's a boy or a girl, of course. You will receive a text today, likely. Okay, more likely. I know this is more likely that we receive a lot of text every day. Okay, a square having 4 right angles, it's a fact here that the square has 4 right angles. Okay, then I have here some examples. Write each letter in the correct place on the probability line here. Okay, here from 0 to 0.25, less likely. From here I have 0.5, it's even a chance. From 0.5 to 0.75, more likely. And here 1 is the certain. Next week Wednesday will be the day after Tuesday, it's certain. A equals 1. Here A equals 1. I have here there will be 33 days in February next year, it's impossible, so 0. It will snow in Miami in May, this is less likely. I have here 0.25. The next person to knock the door will be a woman. Okay, it's even, maybe a woman, maybe a man. Okay, remember that probability of an event equals what? Number of outcomes of the event over total number of outcomes. Find the probability of the following. We have here a dice. If you were to roll the dice 1 time, what's the probability it will land on a 3? So what's the probability that you will get 3 on your dice after rolling it 1 time, once? So it's 1. The probability of getting the number 3, it's just 1 over the total. The total here you have on the dice from 1 to 6. So the total here of the faces of the cube here of the dice is 6. So the total is 6, and the probability of getting number 3 on the cube or the dice here is just 1. So it's 1 over 6 over the total. If you were to roll the dice 1 time, what's the probability of that? What's the probability it will not land on a 2? Not land on a 2. Okay, what's the probability first of landing on 2? It's 1 over 6. What should I do now of not landing on 2? Of not landing on 2, so you're going to do what? 6 over 6, the total here, probability minus what? Minus the probability of getting 2. What's the probability of getting just 2? Just the number 2 here is 1 over 6. So 6 over 6 minus 5 minus 1 over 6. Again, 6 over 6 the total minus 1 over 6. What's 1 over 6? It's the probability of getting 2, the number 2 on a dice, on rolling a dice. If you were to roll the dice 1 time, what's the probability of it landing on an even number? What are the even numbers in the dice from 1 to 6? I have 2, 4, and 6. So this is 3. This is 3. 3 over the total is 6. So 3 over 6. You can, if you are smart, you can see fraction like this. You can make simplify. Simplify means divided. So I can write, instead of 3 over 6, I can write what? 1 over 1 over 3 divided 3, 1. 6 divided 3, 2. So it can be half, 1 over 2. Mutually exclusive events are things cannot happen in the same time, like a dice shown head and tail in same time. Okay, I have here not mutually exclusive events or things can happen in the same time, like pick a card, red and heart. So these are the mutually and the not mutually exclusive. Moving to the transformation of shapes. We have covered this lesson and we have made our project. It was about the transformation of shapes, and I was very glad that your projects were Outstanding. So here, what is the transformation of shapes? We have the transformation of shapes: reflection, rotation, translation. Reflection, translation, and rotation. Okay, we have here as a summary, we have these transformations move a shape without making any change to its shape or size. Do you remember that reflection? Reflection flips a shape over to create a mirror image. Rotation, a rotation turns a shape. Translation, a translation moves or slides a shape. Okay, we have here this A here to A, this is translation. B here is reflection, this is how to reflect, and this is the rotation. Okay, I have here some examples. Write translation, reflection, or rotation for each other. What is this? It's a rotation. I have here the figure is rotated. We have discussed this briefly, so we are just wrapping up. So here I have, this is the reflection, this is the reflection, this is the translation, and this is the reflection. They look at each other, as you see here. This is the translation, just here moved. This is the rotation, it's rotated here, and here also this is what the rotation. This is rotation, reflection. Okay, this is translation. Okay, I have here rotate ABC, triangle ABC 90 degree clockwise about the origin. Remember with me, I have here A, -8 and 2. This is -8 and 2. After writing and B here, we have here a graph, and here we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Okay, and I have here a triangle A, B, C. Three points on the graph. I have ordered pairs for A, and ordered pairs for B, and ordered pairs for C. A is -8 on x-axis and then 2 on y-axis. I have here B is -8, -8, and 8. So, and C here I have -5. Where is -5? -5 and 2 go up 2. So this is, and then I draw that triangle, After writing down the current location of each point, I need here to rotate the triangle ABC 90 degree clockwise about the origin. This is the origin, 0, 0. So here, after writing down the current location of each point, switch the X and Y values for each ordered pair. We are going to switch to change their places. Okay, after switching your values, make sure the signs of each number reflect the quadrant you are rotating your object to. Let's see together. So now I change it, or I here do, yes, I switch it or change the places of the X and Y ordered pairs. Instead of -8 here, I put here 2, and instead of 2 I put here 8, and so on. 8 and 8, 8 and 8. I have here -5 and 2, so it will be 2 and 5. After this, okay, after this here I put what I have here, all positives. I have here positives and positives, so I do here all positives. Remember, this triangle is rotated to the clockwise direction about the origin. So here, this quadrant 1, all will be positive. Here on x-axis positive, and on y-axis also positive. After this, I want to rotate a triangle ABC 90 degree counterclockwise about the origin. I have here -8. These are the original here triangle, -8 and 2, -8 and 8, -5 and 2 again. This is my triangle. So any point located in quadrant 3 will have a negative x. Okay, focus here. A negative x value and a negative y value. Okay, as you see here. rotate triangle ABC 90 degree counterwise. Counterwise here. Do you remember counterwise? Okay, counterclockwise. The clock moves like this, okay, from this to this, like this, okay, to the right. And counterwise means what? To the left, okay, opposite. So 90 degree, it will go here. So here I'm having what? On x-axis I have negative, and on y-axis also negative. So all here numbers will be with negative, okay. So after switching my numbers, -2, -8, -8, -8, -5, -2, -5, I switched the places of the numbers and put negatives for all of them, because in quadrant 3 all I have here on x-axis and y-axis I have negatives. Remember that. Okay, after here I draw my triangle. Don't forget to draw your triangle. Okay, here for 180 degree rotation around the origin. 180 degree rotation around the origin. First, write down the location of the given points. Don't forget to write down the location of the given points before they are rotated. Here x 3 and 2, here y 7 and 2 also, then z 3 and 8. Then draw here x, y, z. All signs must become here opposite. Do not change the order of the numbers. Now when I here rotate 180 degree, what should I do? I put my numbers as it is and change all the signs into negatives, okay. After doing so, okay, I change it here my triangle a 180 degree rotation. Then observe why this rule works. Make all signs opposite for 180 degree rotation around the origin. Okay, from here it rotated on 90 degree, then 90 degree, so it's 180 degree. Okay, why all negative? Because you have here negative and you have here all negative. On x-axis negative, on x-axis here negative, and on y-axis we have negative also. Okay, dear students, here moving to a bar graph. Okay, representing data by using graph. It's important to know the bar graph. Do you remember the bar graph? We are going to have a revision about this. The local newspaper keeps track of how many subscriptors are sold each month. Okay, here okay, I will enlarge this to see it well. Okay, dear students, just a moment please. Okay, the local newspaper keeps track of how many subscriptions are sold each month. Use the graph below to answer the questions. I have here a bar graph, December, November, okay, month. Here I have, and here number of subscriptions, x-axis, and here the month for y-axis, December, November, October, September, August, July, June. Number of subscriptions here, x-axis. I have here 0, 300, 600, 900, and 1200. How many newspaper subscriptions were sold in October? Okay, going to October and then here going to the bar to see. Yes, this is what this is, 950. 950. How many more newspapers subscriptions were sold in November than December? November, here I have to look to November, it's what here, it's 400, and for December it's, I go and look, this is what, this is 200, 0, 100, 200, 300, then this is what, this is 200. What, how many more than? This means I'm going to know the difference between them. This is 400 minus 200. Okay, it's easy to read the bar graph and represent the data of the bar graph. So here moving to the pictograph. Do you remember the pictograph? We are using what? We are using pictures in the pictograph, and we have discussed this briefly, so we're going to have a quick revision on it. Michael, Emily, Joyce, Jennifer and Kevin went on a fishing trip. The pictograph below shows how many fish each caught. Use the pictograph to answer the questions. I have here the graph, and I have Michael, Emily, Joyce, Jennifer, and Kevin. Okay, this is very important to know what we have here, the key of the graph. Don't forget that you have a key for this graph. Pictograph, I have a key for the graph. Picto means what? Picture here. I have a picture. This picture, for every picture or for each picture here, it's equal to 6 fish. I'm not going to say 1 fish equals 6 fish. No. For each picture here equals to 6 fish. This is important, Muhammad Haisam. How many fish did Michael catch? Michael, let's go to Michael. 1, 2, 3. Then Jannat, I will multiply 3 times what? 3 times the key, 6. 3 times 6, 18. How many fish did Emily catch? Let's go to Emily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 6. Every time I multiply by 6. This is your key. This is the key for the pictograph. How many fish did the girls catch? Where are the girls here? Emily, Joyce, Jennifer. So I'm going to add all the pictures, then multiply by 6. Then multiply by 6. Okay, the tally chart. Do you remember the tally chart? Okay, it's very easy. Christina surveyed her classmates to find out their favorite subjects in school. She made the tally chart to record results. I have here math. Okay, what's the tally chart? Can you remember? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the crossing line here, Yasin, this is the 5th. So this package is 5. Here 5 and 5, 10. Here 5, 10, 15. I have here after 15, 16, 17. I have here for writing 3. I have here for science 5, 10, 15, 20, 23. I have here 5, 10, 15, 16. How many of Christina's classmates chose social studies as their favorite subject? Okay, social studies, I will count, and I counted them already. It's 16. So this is the tally chart. How to count the tally chart? It's very easy. Just count the package here is 5. Okay, don't forget this. Okay, sector graphs, pie graphs. Do you remember the pie graphs? Example. At a busy toy shop, 900 wedges. We have this worksheet before, I know, on the online sessions, but remember this well because the exam will come from this. Sector graphs, pie graphs. Example, at a busy toy shop, 900 wedges were sold during a sale. The sector graph shows the breakup of the colors of the wedges that they were sold. What fraction of wedges sold were red? We have here red 80%. So what's the total here? The total angle here is 360 degree. Miss, it's not here mentioned, but I know this information. The circle here, its angle is 360 degree. The total angle of the full turn of the circle is 360 degree. So we have here, when he say where red, the red here is 80%, 80 degree, not percent, 80 degree. 80 degree divided what, Ali? Divided or over 360, the total. So I'm going to take the colored, the shaded, the colored, yes, the part of fraction, over what the denominator here is. What denominator means? The down here. The denominator here means it's the total here is 360. So 80 divided 360. Okay, doing what here? I'm doing simplifying. Okay, as a grown up. Okay, we are grown ups now. I don't like to see this. I want to see after simplifying. 80 divided 360. Simplify means divided. Divided 10, divided 10, 8 and 36. Divided here 4 and divided 4. Divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Okay, this is important note. Don't forget to divide or do anything for the numerator. It's like it as well as the denominator, Marwan. How many blue wedges were sold? Blue. Okay, focus with me. I need now to know how many wedges. I don't say here what fraction. I need here what the blue wedges. let's see together the blue widgets here. The total of the widgets here is what? Is 900. Okay, the total 900. And do you know that in my circle here, this is what? This is 90 degree. I can say 90 degree over 360. Focus with me. Again, I have here, I can say instead of quarter, okay, I can say what, Rowan? I can say 90 degree over 360. Yes, and when I simplify 90 degree over 360, Rowan, it will be fourth quarter. If you simplify 90 over 360 degree, it will give you what, Habibti? It will give you quarter. Okay, so quarter times what? I need now to know the widgets, the number of widgets. Okay, here he asks me about how many blue widgets. Widgets mean here blue. How many blue widgets, Ali? The number. So I'm going to multiply by the number 900. So quarter times 900 will give you 225. Okay, why, Miss Dina, did you say here quarter? You didn't write here 90 degree over 360. I know that one of you is thinking about this now and wants to ask me. Right, I know. Why, Habibi? Because this is a circle. And can you see here the 90 degree? What does it mean 90 degree here? It's the quarter of the circle, Abdurrahman. If you have a pizza, I know that you like pizza. If you have a pizza here and you want to divide, you take here a quarter. As you see, the quarter in the pizza is 90 degree and it's given here 90 degree. So I knew that this is the quarter of my circle, right? Okay, I have here, what else? I have here example, at a busy toy shop again, 900 widgets were sold during a sale. The sector graph shows the breakup of the colors of the widgets that were sold. Okay, here he asks me about something else. How many red widgets were sold? How many widgets? So I'm going to multiply by what? 900. What widgets? The red ones. The red ones here is 80 degree over 360. Over 360. I do what here? Simplify. Simplify means divided. Don't forget. So 80 divided 360. Okay, I simplified this. 2 over 9 times what? Times 900. Times 900. So it gives me 200. It gives me what? 200. Okay, then okay, I will tell you the steps. How did I do this? 80 over 360, simplify means divided. 80 divided here 40, it will give you 2, and after simplifying by many numbers, it's okay. 360 here, it will be just 9. Okay, then what should I do? I did what? Here I have 900 and I have 9. 9 divided 9, 1. Cross multiplication. Here I have 9 divided 9, 1. 900 divided 9, 100. And here I have 2. 2 times 100, 200. Okay. What percentage of the widgets sold were green? What percentage? He says now what he wants to find the percentage. Focus what he needs me to find. Percentage, okay, it's very easy, times 100, honey. So what should we do? Are green. Where's the green here? 72. 72 divided what? Divided 360. From where did you get 360? I have told you before if you focused. So 360 is the full turn. It's the 360. 72 over 360 degree. So times what? Times 900? No, my dear. Times what, Marwan? Mia. Times what? Times 100, the percent, right? So it will be 20%. What did you do, my dear teacher? I just here simplified. Simplify means divided. After simplifying, you're going to get here this number. So 2 over 1. So I did what? 2 times 10 equals 20. Okay, do it and you will be very satisfied. 24-hour time. Do you remember, Marwan, 24-hour time? Yeah, 24-hour time, what does it mean? I have here two kinds of telling time. I can here say it's 1 p.m. On other countries they say 13. Okay, what's this? Let's see together. Okay, here I have, when it's 9 a.m. I want to convert it in the 24-hour clock. Do you remember the 12-hour clock and the 24-hour clock? Okay, if it's in the 12-hour clock, it's 9 a.m. How can I convert it into the 24-hour clock? When it says here a.m., so it remains the same. Just erase the a.m. and keep 9 the same, so it's just 900. Okay, and here 9 p.m. Okay, when it's here mentioned p.m., so what should we do to convert it to 24-hour clock? 24-hour clock, just do what? Plus 12. It's very easy, don't panic. When I have here again p.m., take the number and do what? Plus 12. Do what? Plus 12. So it's 21 here, 21 in the 24-hour clock. Okay, when I want to convert from the 24-hour clock to the 12-hour clock, it's very easy to. Here 9 a.m. so 9, just 9 here, it will be 9 a.m. 21, okay, 21 hour in the 24-hour clock. What should I do? Minus 12 and then put the p.m. Okay, here 6 p.m. erase the p.m. and add 12, so it will be 18 here. It's very easy. And if I want to convert it to the 12-hour clock, just subtract 12. Okay, and here the number must be greater than 12 to convert it to here the 12-hour clock. Here 9, it remains the same 9 because 9 minus 12 equals what? So it's not here greater than 12, so I didn't take it. It keeps the same, it kept the same 9 a.m. and we added just the a.m. Okay, here in the other example here 10:30 p.m. p.m. erase the p.m. and add 12. Look at this, I'm adding like this, 0 0 here for the minutes, and here I have minutes, so it will be 30. 10 plus 12, 22, so it will be 22:30. It's easy now. The following simple steps will help you change a 12-hour time to a 24 time. If the hour is exactly, okay, if the hour is exactly 12 p.m., then simply remove the p.m. label. As I told you, if the hour is 12 a.m., then change it to 00. If the hour is p.m. time, then simply add 12 to the hour. Otherwise, the hour doesn't change. If it's less than 10, then add a 0 before the digit. Okay? Okay, let's move to another worksheet. Before going to the other worksheet, don't forget here 1:45 a.m. Here a.m. we erase the a.m. and if it's p.m. so add 12 and remove the p.m. Here 4:20 a.m. just remove the a.m. Here p.m. I will add 12 and here the same 12 here focus 12:07 a.m. I put here instead of 12 remove 12 and put 00 and also remove, this is important note, and remove here the a.m. 12:07 p.m. 12 and 7 minutes p.m. What should I do? Just remove the p.m. This is tricky. Okay. Okay, moving to converting fractions, decimals and percents. I have here fraction, decimal, percents. How to convert from fraction to decimal and from decimal to percent. Fraction. If I say fraction, I want to convert it into decimal, I must have on the denominator, I must have multiples of 10. I must have multiples of 10. Why? Because here I have here 0 2 zeros, so I move here what Yasinam 1 2, and here I will move just 2 movements 1 2, so put here my decimal point, so it's 0.15. Okay, 0.15 decimal, I want to convert it into percent. I multiply by 100. When you multiply by 100 here, 0.15 here, from the decimal point, move to the right. How many movements? Okay, it depends on the number you multiplying by, how many zeros. By times 100 means how many zeros? 2 zeros. So going like this, 1, 2. So the answer is 15%. Okay? Okay, here 4 divided 100. 4 divided 100, how can I do it? I have here 2 zeros going to the left. When I divide, I go to the left. How many movements? 2 movements. Let's do it. 1 and 2. Then put the decimal point. Miss, what can I do? What can I put here in the second movement? We don't have numbers, so add 0. So the answer will be 0.04. Here, when I want to convert decimal into percent, just multiply by 100. When you multiply by 100, don't forget from the decimal point, you're going to the right, 1, 2, then the decimal point will be here after the 4. So it will be 4.0. So it's better to say just 4%. Okay. Okay, I want to show you this example. We have taken this on the online sessions, and I want to revise this with you. If I have a fraction here, 1/8 or 8th, what should I do for this fraction to convert it into decimal? Do you remember? I told you that I should convert the denominator here into a number multiple of 10. Okay, here 8 times what gives me multiples of 10? 8 times, okay, times what? 125. 8 times 125 will give you 1000. Then here I multiply the denominator by 125 and multiply here the numerator by 125. So I'm having here 125 over 1000. So 125, this 125 over 1000 is equal to what decimal? I have here 3 zeros. Okay, I know this is another example here, but I'm taking the 125 divided 1000 to show you how to convert it. I have here 3 zeros, 3 numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3 to the left, then put your decimal point, so it's gonna be 0.125. Don't forget 2 here, 2/5 or 2/5. What should I do? I multiply 5 times 2. 5 times 2, 10, and I have here, and I want it to be 100. It's easier to be 100. So 5 times what? 5 times 20 equals 100, and 2 times 20 equals, I have here 20. 2 times 20, excuse me, equals 40. 40 over 100. Okay, so 40 over 100 will give you the decimal, and then will give you here the fraction. I just wanted to tell you this before going to the other worksheet. Moving to the measure of center and interquartile range. Remember that the median is the middle value in a set of ordered data. If the number of data values is odd, the median is in the middle number. If the number of data values is even, the median is the average of the two middle numbers. The mode is the value that occurs most often in the data set. Interquartile range, or IQR, is the difference between the upper and the lower quartiles. The IQR is a measure of variability of a set of data. A quartile divides a data set ordered from least to greatest into quarters. For example, here it's very easy. Find the median and the interquartile range of the data set. I have here some values. First step, what should I do, Janet? I put my values from least to greatest, then write the data values in order from least to greatest. So I have here Farah, the 28, 34, 36, and so on. Do I have to write, if I have here a repeated number, what should I do? Should I put them? Yes, I put them, just put them. If you have here 43, 43, just write 43, 43. Okay, so after writing my values from least to greatest, find the median or the middle value. Okay, count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is an odd number, so I'm going to take what, Adam? I'm going to take the number in the middle. So the number in the middle is 43. Here I have 3 friends, and here I have 3 friends, and Miss Dina is standing between them. So here 3 boys and 3 girls, Miss Dina in between. This is the median. This is what median. Find the medians of the lower and the upper quartiles. Focus here. I have here before the median, I have here lower quartile, and after the median I have what? Upper quartile. So I need to find the medians, the new medians for the lower quartile and the upper quartile. This is called Q1 and this is called Q3. So Q1 I have here 28, 34, 36. This is the lower quartile. What's the median or Q1 for the lower quartile here? I have 28, 34, 36. What should I do? The number in between. Yes, the number in between, Habiba. This is the middle, it's 34 because it's an odd number. What does it mean, odd number? 1, 2, 3. If you count these 3 values, this is odd number. So you're going to take the middle here, 34. Here, this is called what? Q1, don't forget. I have here 47, 50, 56. What's the middle here or the median or Q3? It's 50. So I'm having the median. Then I have the new Q1. This is called the median of the lower quartile, and this is the third median of the upper quartile, lower quartile and upper quartile. IQR Ali, it's the difference between Q3, which I calculated here 50, minus the Q1 34. It will give you 16. So here the median is the middle value. One half of the values are below and the other half are above the median. The median is the helpful measure for center when data distribution is skewed or there is an extreme data value. The mode is the value that occurs most often. The mode is the data value that occurs most often. Okay, and here I want to show you something. If I have here even number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is odd, so it's the median will be 20. I want to show you the even. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the two middles here are 20 and 24. 20 and 24. So I'm taking the two values here, 20 plus 24, all divided by 2. So it will give you 22. Okay, and here this is the answer, 22. This is the median. Okay, moving to the next worksheet, we are going to talk about what here? We are going to talk about the mean, median, mode, and range. We have talked about this on the last online session. We are having here the mean. The mean is what? Is the sum of the values of all over their number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to add 3 plus 4 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. This will give you 30. 30 divided their number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're counting number 5. 30 divided 5 will give you the mean 6. And I have the median here. What's the median? Put them on order from least to greatest. 3, 4, 7, 7, 9. So the in between will be 7. The number in the middle now will be 7, so the median is 7. Mode, most repeated number here is 7, so this is the mode. The range, do you remember the range? Maximum value minus minimum value. This is the maximum? No, of course not. The maximum here is 9. After putting the numbers or the values from least to greatest, the maximum value here is 9. 9 minus the minimum 3. 9 minus 3 will give you 6. Okay. Okay, the last worksheet here. The following table gives the number of people picking strawberries in a field and the corresponding number of the hours that those people worked picking strawberries. Graph the order pairs from the table. Does the graph represent two quantities that are proportional to each other? Why or not? Although the points here I have x and y, the table, the coordinates here x and y, 1 and 3. Okay, then 7 and 1, then 4 and 2. Although the points fall on a line, although they fall on a line, if we here draw a line connecting the points, I have here a line. The line doesn't pass through the origin. If you extend here your line, it doesn't pass through the origin. So the graph doesn't represent two quantities that are proportional to each other. Use the given values to complete the table. Create quantities proportional to each other and graph. 2 and 1, 2, 1. 4 and 2, 4 and 2. 6 and 3, 6 and 3. Okay, here the questions here. What are the differences between the graphs in problem 1 and problem 2? The graph in problem 1 form a line that slopes downward, while the graph in problem 2 here slopes upwards. Okay, what are the similarities in graph 1 and 2? Both graphs form lines and both graphs include what points 4 and 2. Okay, here I have what makes one graph represent quantities that are proportional to each other and one graph not represent quantities that are proportional to each other in problem 1 and 2. Although both graphs form lines, the graph that represents quantities that are proportional to each other needs to pass through what, this is very important, needs to pass through the origin. By that we have covered the revision on quarter 4. Study well from the YouTube presentation for the revision and study, go back to the YouTube presentations of quarter 4. Keep safe, keep home, do your best, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send them on Google Classroom. Thank you, my dear students. Have a nice day.